Hi guys, this is Tuplex. Welcome back. Where we left off last time, I was talking about how to balance these 5 input lines of ore into 2 or 3 outputs on faster belts, and what I decided to do is go 4 to 1. And the reason for that is that this top ore line and the bottom ore line are less than the 21 or 22 miners that would normally saturate a yellow belt. So what I decided to do was just to combine those 2 belts. So I ran this one down here, combine those with a splitter. So now I have 4 belts into 2, which is actually quite easy to balance. We will need to add more iron ore though very soon, because each one of these lines will use a full red belt of ore when they're running at full speed. And obviously this line and the steel line above it are sharing one red belt of ore, and that probably won't be quite enough. The other thing that you may notice is that there are some other changes. I wanted to try to finish the series before update 0.13 comes out, which now is going to happen in a few days. So last night I was doing some work offline to make a few updates to the base, just take care of some tidying up sorts of things. Just to let you know what it is that I've done, so that we can get up to date, I inserted efficiency modules into all of the mining drills. And as we mentioned before, anywhere we have 3 module slots, we're using 3 efficiency module ones. And that gets us to the minus 80% energy consumption limit. So now these mining drills are using only 18 kilowatts each. I've upgraded to electric furnaces. All of the lines that we had previously set up with stone furnaces. And I already showed you how I did one of them, so I didn't think that you would be missing too much if I went ahead and did the others in the same way. So these are all now using electric furnaces, again with efficiency modules. Now, in the case of, for the efficiency modules on these electric furnaces, I am using efficiency module 1s still, which only gets us down to minus 60%, which is not the maximum, of course. So in order to get down to the maximum, we're going to have to get efficiency module 2s produced, but for that we need blue circuits, and we're not making those yet. So that'll be a goal of ours to get done pretty quickly, so that we can upgrade these modules. And once that is done, again, I think that'll be a good task to do offline. I'll have to go in and replace these efficiency module 1s with efficiency module 2s. Okay, what else did I do? I've got a list here. I ran a line of stone brick from where we were producing it here. I ran that over to the main part of the factory, so that I can automate the production of the electric furnaces themselves. So I'll show you that. And that is up here, next to where we're making batteries. Okay, these require advanced circuits, steel, and stone brick. And since we already had advanced circuits and steel coming up here for this science line, and we're really nearly done with our research, I thought this would be a good place to set it up. I also set up a automatic production for substations, since we need those for our solar arrays. I set up another solar array, so we have 3 of those now. And we can see here, in regards to power, we're doing pretty well. Let's see, what else did I do? More solar. I tidied up this area a bit. And so we have now automated production of mining drills. Actually, we had that before, but I just rearranged things a bit. Also have automatic production of assembly machines. Actually, I'm going to grab those. And I also added speed module production to this line where we were previously only making efficiency modules. We're also making speed modules now. And I have those coming down the same belt and then going into separate storage chests. I just put a smart inserter with a filter. So we have speed modules. I'm going to take all the speed modules. As you can see, we're doing more research. Let's do cargo size. While I was working, rocket silo finished and the launch control finished. So we really only have a few items of research left that we can do. And then I also extended the logistics supply area to include blue belts. To do that, we had to run a line of lubricant from our storage tanks up here. And so now we're making blue belts, red belts, and yellow. And I think that's about it. Now I know that's a lot, but again, I thought a lot of this might be a little tedious to watch because again, it was just some tidying up, small details that I worked on. So if I do that in the future, and I think I'll have to in order for us to finish this series before the patch comes out. So maybe what I'll do in the future is I'll just capture the video without my commentary and put a time lapse or something just so you can kind of watch what I've done if you're interested in doing so. Okay, so what I want to do today, first of all, is check our map for biters because I did get a few attacks last night as I was working. In fact, they took out the radar that we had in the original part of the base. So, trying to figure out where those attacks are coming from, and I think this base over here is a likely culprit. And we see that there are some bases up to the north that may be giving us trouble soon. So we'll go over there in a short while. I do need to make some more turrets because I put my turrets down in various locations where the attacks were coming in order to protect ourselves. All right, so let me extend this belt. Now the next thing I'd like to do, what I'd like to do right now while we build those turrets is to set up the production of motors and robot frames because I'd like to get some robotics going. So I think we'll work on that today. Just going to clear out some trees. I grabbed those speed modules so that I can make assembly machine 3s. I think I'd like to start using those now as the standard rather than the blue ones. So I will go ahead and craft all 30 of those. Oh, no, I won't actually. Don't have enough for 30. Let's do that many. Okay. So for motors, we need to make regular engine units which require steel, gear, and pipe. And we need to make electric engine units which require those engines plus circuits plus lubricant. So that should be fairly simple. So let's come over here. I'll leave a space of 6 as I often do. And let's just set up a few factories here to sort of plan this out. So steel, gears, and pipe. So maybe what we could do is bring up a line of steel, and these are very slow in production. So perhaps what we could do is, and I'll use yellow belts for this, is bring up iron to make gears and pipes. And then send those up a belt with a steel belt next to it for these engines. So let me try to, yeah, I think what we could do is, for example, if this one is gears and this one is pipe, and you know what, I think I've changed my mind about using assembler 3s. I'll just use assembler 2s for this because we don't need the speed since these are so slow anyway. And they use less energy. Okay, so this is going to be pipes, and then I'll set up, let's say 4 of each for motors. Let's see if there's any other research that we should do right now. We could do, I don't think we need lab efficiency anymore because quite honestly there's not much research left to do. We could do more damage. We should probably do effect transmission. We might want to use that. Okay, and then I will set up 4 of these making the motors. On second thought, let's make that 8. I'll need to get some more blue factories. And it will be a nice day indeed when I've got some logistics robots that can start bringing this stuff to me. Okay. So that's 2 and 4. We could do more turrets. We could do ammunition. I really like trying to max out the robots, but they're nearly maxed out already. Alright, let's just keep working on laser turrets. Alright, so that's 2, 4, 6, and 8. I'll put in some power poles. Okay, and I wonder if I can make any more poison modules. No, I need coal for that. Here's some. Okay, I'll craft some poison so we can clear out trees more easily. In the meantime, this is going to be an iron line coming up there. Let me remove that. Alright, get rid of some of those trees there. Okay, so we'll have I don't think we really need to. Alright, so this will give us pipes and gears on 2 different sides of the belt. And we'll run that up like this. And then we'll use this line to bring steel. Like that. Oops. Okay. Oh, actually, I don't need to do that. And now that we have blue belts, I'll start using those since they're going to have to be replaced later anyway. And I think I'll use these 3 slots on my tool belt for that. Okay, and I'm full. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of these poison capsules. Gonna need to clear out these trees at some point anyway. I really just have a mess in my inventory right now. Okay, where was I? All right, yeah, so we're gonna extend this bus. And again, we know that these are going to need to be upgraded to blue at some point anyway, so as I extend this, I'll just go ahead and use blue. Okay, and this one should be iron. There. I'll leave the rest of it yellow, that's fine. Actually, these could be yellow as well. Okay, and then steel. Now, our steel bus, I don't think it needs to be a blue belt. Let me just check my notes here. No, I think steel will be fine with red belts. So let me go grab some more red belts. Yeah. I just want to avoid using those expensive blue belts unless they're absolutely necessary. Okay, so this is going to be our steel line. And I think I need space for one more there, so... Oh, and again, we can switch to yellow belts at this point. There we go. Okay, we've got turret speed. Let's do shotgun shells. All right. So let's put in some more power. Grab some of the steel. Make some more power poles. Those will have to be automated as well. Let me craft some lights. All right, and I can see right away that I've made a bit of an error here. These belts need to be shifted over by 1 space. Fortunately, that is an easy fix. Yep, I knew that was going to happen. All right, I'll just preload these guys with some pipes. Get those out of my inventory. And some gears. Okay. All right. All is well. Need some inserters. I'm just going to plop down another storage chest here so I can get rid of some of this junk that I'm carrying around. Let's see, stone bricks, that, we don't need that, we don't need that, nor that. I'll put those gears in there. We don't need yellow ammo. Assembly machine 1s, we can use up. The rest of this stuff we can put under our tool belt. Okay, I'm going to get rid of the grenades. I don't think I really need to carry those around anymore. That should be stacked there. Okay, that helps a bit. Actually, I'll get rid of some of these shotgun shells as well. Okay. So let's go get these motors making. And then we'll bring up some circuits and we'll get the electric engines going as well. Oh, yeah, we do need that. Okay, and then some long inserters. Okay, now on the output, we will go onto a belt. And that is for two reasons. Number one is because if we direct insert, we are going to need those motors for trains. And if we direct insert, then it'll be hard for us to accumulate any in inventory. And also, if we do it this way, we can run green circuits up the other side of the belt. Okay, put in a few lights. There we go. Okay, and our output shall come this way. All right, and then circuits we can bring up here. And side load like that. All right, so let's run up a circuit line. Oh, went too far again. Okay. Now on our circuit bus, we need to use blue belts. So like I did before, I'll just start extending the bus with blue belts. Once I get past the splitter, I can use yellow belts or red belts depending on the requirements for the feed. Okay, and then we need to bring up some lubricant. And I wanted to do this right next to the blue belt production because we already have a line of lubricant coming up here. So that will make things a bit more easier for us. We won't have to go much further. And in fact, I think we can tap that line here. Ooh, that almost makes it across. Let's see. Okay, let's see what other research we should do. Okay, let's do lab efficiency, why not? There we go. All right, so now we're making electric motors. Let's get some inserters on the output side. All right. of these trees here. And then we can make robot frames from these motors and then turn those into robots. So let's see what it takes to make a robot frame. We need an electric engine, 2 batteries, 1 steel, and 1 electronic circuit. All right, so we need to figure out a way to get batteries over there. Perhaps we can pull them from here, or maybe we can send these down onto our bus. We're already splitting it twice here. We could bring it down here and then bus it over and then up. I think I like that idea. Let's do that. So I'll put another splitter here. And since we don't need to bring the stone brick any further than that, we can use this same lane to bring down some batteries. Okay. Batteries, steel, circuits. Okay, we already have electronic circuits. How long do these robot frames take to make? 20. So it would really be nice to have the same number of robot frame construction machines. But these pipes are going to make it impossible for me to get close enough. Okay, so what we can do then is, let's see, let's go ahead and do military 4. Get those nice shotgun shells. So I think what we could do is just bring this belt down. And run it up the other side. Okay, so the robot frames, motors, batteries, steel, and electronic circuits. Now since we have circuits here already, we can perform another splitting and side loading maneuver like that. And then we need another line with batteries and steel plate. And those happen to be right next to each other. So I think we can combine those belts down here and then run the combined belt up like that. So let's do that. And then we're going to need to get some more concrete down here. There we are. Okay, that comes over with red. This comes over with yellow. I don't know how that thing got there. All right, so what would be a good way to combine these belts? I'll put a splitter. And run that up like that. This one will go underground. And then we can do something like this. Okay, and then we have a combined battery and steel belt. Okay. So let's put some more assembly machines. I'm going to line them up just for the sake of symmetry. That's not really symmetry, just for the sake of alignment, right? Line them up for the sake of alignment. It'll make it look pretty, or at least prettier than some of the rest of my base. Like I've said before, I'm not the most aesthetically gifted Factorio player. All right, put some more lights. And then an output line down this way. All right, so let's get those making. Can we do gun turret upgrades? There's more laser turrets. Let's go for fully upgraded gun turrets. Okay. All right, and then once we have the robot frames, by using either red circuits or green circuits, we get construction robots or logistics robots. And those produce very quickly. So what I like to do there is just put one assembler on. Do I want to do both sides? That uses up a lot of space. Let's see if we can make it fit like this. Yeah, because for construction robots, I can grab green circuits from there. And then for logistics robots, we need to bring red circuits up. And then we just have to figure out what to do with the output. All right. Now another thing I want to do is I want to put a splitter here. Because if I don't, what happens is that I won't be able to make both types of robots at the same time. Because the frames come out so slowly and the robots produce so quickly, I usually just do this, just so I make sure that construction and logistics robots each get half of the frames. Okay. So I think what we can do now is I'll just use a wooden chest on the output for each one. All right, and then the last thing we need to do is bring up some red circuits. Okay, and our red circuits can continue using yellow belts because our final factory only needs 10 per second, and 10 per second is enough for a yellow belt to handle. Okay, and another power pole. All right, and we've got robots, and I'll set these to make 100 at a time. I'm going to want a lot of robots, but we don't need quite so many. And I can make a roboport by hand. So we can start getting our robot network set up, robotics network, I should say. So let's get that going, and then in the next episode, what I would like to do is put those robots to work setting up another solar array, and then we'll move on to blue circuits. That'll do it for now. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a great day.